What's up, y'all? It's Amber Dover from glamourgirlblog.com, and since another week has gone and passed, it means it's time for another recap of American Horror Story Cult. We are up to the 5th episode in the 7th season of American Horror Story. I decided to break down my top 5 moments of this episode of American Horror Story, so let's just get into it. Moment number 5, problems in the cult. At this point, we finally know everybody who is involved in the cult, but there are problems in the ranks. People are having their own opinions about what should be happening in the cult, and of course, Kai is not having it. Ivy is having a hard time doing her first murder, and Kai decides it's time to eliminate the weak to prove who's really in it to win it. There's this horrific moment when they band together as a cult and kill one of their own with a very gruesome nail gun scene, just very much rivaling that death in Final Destination 3 and that death in Scream Queen Season 1. Moment number 4, Metal spills all the tea. So a couple episodes back, it was shown that Billy Eichner's character Harrison might have murdered his wife Meadow, but there was nobody and no other further investigation on her possible death and disappearance. In this episode, Allie goes over to Harrison's house and discovers that Meadow is still alive but being buried in a pit. She goes back home, attempts to call the police, tries to call Ivy, but has no luck in either of those situations until Meadow comes running up to her door, banging on the window, and drops all the tea about the cult. She tells Allie everyone who's involved. She even drops the tea about her wife being in the cult, but then Meadow gets snatched. What happens to her next? We'll have to see the next episode. Moment number 3, Beverly is slowly taking over the cult. Ever since Kai brought Beverly Hope into the cult, you could already see that the buttons were beginning to be pushed inside of her. She was really loving that power. The cult already killed Serena for her, and she started to have more problems at work, so she had her boss killed. So already she sees the power that this cult has and the power of manipulation that is being possessed within these people in the cult. So Beverly is slowly wanting to become, I think, that head honcho, really take over that position that Kai is trying to build for himself. And that leads to a really powerful moment between Kai and Beverly when they have their pinky moment. And Beverly turns the tables on him. Usually Kai is the one basically interrogating the person, trying to get into their deepest fears and their deepest personal attributes. But this time Beverly flips the script and we see Kai in a very vulnerable moment where he really opens up about himself, leading up to moment number 2. What's in the room? During that pinky swear moment, Kai reveals what happens to his parents. He tells Beverly that they died 3 years prior and that Kai's dad was this amazing lawyer, but then he suffered this accident and now he's living off disability checks, and that basically just destroyed him as a person. He's become abusive to his family, abusive to his wife, and in that moment that we see, Kai's mom has simply had enough. She proceeds to kill the husband and then she proceeds to kill herself all in front of Kai. That leads to the number 1 moment, sibling strong. This was the big twist of the episode when we discovered that Kai and Vincent, the therapist, are siblings. They're brothers. Kai calls into his brother to help him deal with this whole parent situation, and Vincent comes to the conclusion that they have to hide the parents. They want to keep getting those disability checks. Windsor, who that mystery is solved for me as well. I was always wondering what their relationship between Kai and Windsor is, but they are siblings as well. So Kai, Windsor, and Vincent are just these crazy, twisted siblings. So Vincent convinces Kai that they have to hide the bodies. They have to keep getting them disability checks. Windsor is in school. This is going to mess her up. Vincent and Kai agree that they will hide the bodies in the room. So that also is a good throwback to the first episode when Kai finds out that Trump was elected president, and then he walks past that room with the rose and kind of touches it lovingly. That's the room. That's the room where the parents have been decomposing in. And what's even weirder is that Kai often goes in and has these moments with his mom. He really doesn't bang on his dad, but he has these moments with his mom, and it's really kind of like a in-house grave, I guess. which is really bizarre, but come on, it's American Horror Story. It's the least bizarre thing that's happened in the show thus far. So those are my top 5 moments that happened in episode 5, Holes. I would love to know what you guys thought about this episode. What were your cringe-worthy moments? What moments shocked you the most? Let's talk in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and be sure to check out my next American Horror Story Cult recap. Follow me on social media at glamourgirlblog.com for all your pop culture needs, and I will see you guys next week.